right.
Oh, how I feel about that.
It's 17% alcohol, though.
Oh, you can taste every percent of that.
Oh, that's fine, because you hate the taste of alcohol, and I like it.
Yeah, well, because you drink tequila straight like a weirdo.
That is... You can smell the alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, God, that's super rebel.
Hey, lovelies! I am MCubed, and I'm here with ROXAS Studios, Shane, and we are going to do a movie review on Venom that we just got back from seeing. We are Venom!
Alright, so I guess a little disclaimer, we decided that we don't care about you people if you watch the movie or not, so what is it, no, we are going to do spoilers.
So we're going to start with some non-spoilers, basically just a generalization, and we will tell you before we move on to the spoilers, only because there's really not enough non-spoiler stuff to say about it before you get to the spoiler stuff. And then we'll let you know when you should stop watching it if you don't want spoilers. So, how did we feel about it in the first place?
I enjoyed it. I really liked watching it. I mean, overall, pretty positive vibes. I liked the little updated story. I liked the visual effects. I liked the acting. Tom Hardy did
he was so good.
a great job. No, I enjoyed it. I definitely watched in IMAX. You know, there's some really epic fight scenes and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, obviously I'm a huge, Carnage and Venom fan and stuff like that. So, commissioned by our lovely friend Amanda, Velvet Locks.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I felt the same way. I really liked it. I love Tom Hardy. I haven't really seen him do a character like that before, so it was kind of like fun and interesting to see him do that. I mean, he's played a bunch of different roles, but never something like funny-ish. You know, you're so much shorter than me now. I also really liked Venom because he was actually kind of amusing.
Venom had its own personality.
Yeah, it was cool.
Wait, is that a spoiler?
No.
Sure.
We didn't say what the personality was.
Well, I know, but in the comics and stuff, he doesn't really have his own personality.
But that was the thing. That's something general. It followed the comics in some ways and not in other ways. It followed a generalization of a couple of the strands of comics, but then it also had its own arc that it just created.
It definitely cherry picked some stuff, but I mean, it was still. I mean, I liked it. I mean, most of these movies, anyways, are generalization, or they have to pick and choose
because there's 50 million.
Yeah, and they want to know what's the best for the cinematic value, rather than die-hard comic book fans, because the comics change anyways.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. There's like 50 different universes, which is made very clear in the new Ultimate Spider-Man Spider-Verse coming out. Yeah, there's like 16 different universes in one movie. That's crazy. That's never been done before, but that's difficult.
Yeah, well, so I mean, there's games and stuff like the Shattered Dimensions, which I think I've played before. It's super fun. If you haven't played Shattered Dimensions, it's a lot of fun. That's because you get my favorite guy, like Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah,
it's so fun.
Yeah,
and Spider-Man Noir, and then
I like
Spider-Man.
Iron Spider.
Well, Iron Spider, that's new though.
I know, but I love it.
Yeah, why? Because he has a little.
Yes, he looks like a scorpion. I'm not a huge fan of Williams. What's her name? The girl who played his love interest.
Oh, Anne.
Yeah, but her real name is something Williams.
What else did she play?
She was in King Kong.
Oh yeah.
And she did a great job as Marilyn Monroe. She played Marilyn Monroe.
In King Kong.
And then she was the King Kong chick.
She's also a damsel.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of her acting wise, but she did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
So I was really skeptical because I don't really like her that much. So it's like me going into a movie watching, like I'm not a huge fan of Scarlett Johansson, so like going in, I'm always like, okay, let's see. But she did a really good job. Yeah. Oh, stay till the end.
2 credits.
2 credits.
Yeah.
We were one of 2 couples in the theater that stayed to the end because there is a post one right after the main title credits, and then after all of them, there's like a full, huge scene from the Spider-Verse movie coming out, which is looks really cool from the previews. But that scene made me really want to watch it because it was hilarious.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. So
and the style of it is really cool. So.
The animation style is super cool.
Yeah, it looks like a comic book. Like they move like a comic book. So
I mean, it's good for people to know then, because if they don't really care about it.
Yeah, if you don't care about the news, if you don't care about the Spider-Verse, or you don't like watch the credits like we do, then don't stay till the end. But there is a scene after the main title credits. We give it thumbs up. I mean, you said there were a lot of people that were throwing shade on it, but I didn't really see a ton of stuff. Like, we'll talk about a few things, but like...
Well, okay, so Rotten Tomatoes gave it 39% critics and like 89% user.
Okay.
Like people watching it.
Well, see, but that's the thing, is I don't really care about what critics say.
Yeah.
It's great.
I think because we're so used to being, like, overwhelmed and, like, super excited about, like, Avengers, where there's, like, 5 different plot stories and there's all these other things going on.
This was one plot line.
Yeah, it's just
it was actually kind of refreshing, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I mean, it's one straight story, one plot line. If you're not very familiar with it, Venom, then...
I don't think you had to be, though.
No, you don't have to. I mean,
they explained it pretty well.
But it was the biggest thing I've seen online. People were just like, yeah, it was alright. That was it. It was like, meh. Like the Emoji Movie, meh.
See, I liked it a lot. I really enjoyed it. Like, I will get it.
No, I loved it. Yeah, I'll definitely buy it. Just to watch certain scenes in slow motion. So I can stare at it.
Yeah. Well, and the acting. So I really liked Tom Hardy. I thought he did a really good job. He was pretty perfect for it.
He did a good job.
Don't listen anymore if you don't want spoilers, because we're about to get some spoilery-ness action on you.
All up in that.
The storyline.
Yeah.
So we were talking earlier about how there's like 2 different ways that he can go.
As far as occupations?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like in a lot of comics, well, I mean, generally speaking, he's either an astronaut or he is working for the Daily Planet.
And this movie kind of took it and they moved it away. Daily Bugle.
Planet is Superman.
Yes, Daily Bugle.
My bad.
So this one kind of took it, but they wanted to move it away from New York, and we're thinking it's probably because they didn't want him to be in the same specific universe as Spider-Man now that Marvel has made Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
And which it did say associated with Marvel quite a bit in there. So they're like working together now. That's kind of cool. So they moved him to San Francisco because he got fired from the Daily Bugle, and now he was still doing the same thing. He was a journalist still, but he worked for a different company, and I can't remember what they called it.
No, it's just a freelance. It's like MSNBC.
Yeah, it was like that.
It was like a freelance. It was like Brooks.
But he was an investigative reporter. Like he literally went undercover. Yeah. So it was like the Brock Reports. It was still the same thing, but it was in San Francisco. So they kind of like took that one and they went with it. The astronaut thing, they didn't touch on at all, obviously, but they did with other people. Other people were astronauts in this. There are a couple different ways that Venom has come into comics and movies before.
Yeah, so the last one was Spider-Man 3. So he was still Eddie Brock, but he was a photographer for the Daily Bugle. Yeah. And he was trying to get Tobey Maguire's job as a photographer there.
Right, yeah.
So Peter Parker and...
it gets on to Peter first.
Yeah, because he's hanging out with what's her
Mary
face?
Jane.
Mary Jane. They're up in a web thing, and he's being all romantic and shit. And like, he's gonna like propose to her, and all of a sudden they see like an asteroid hits really close.
Just like for no reason.
Yeah, just for literally no reason.
So it comes in through an asteroid there.
Yeah.
It's coming through Brock actually being an astronaut and getting attached to him. This one actually had like its own weird kind of cool thing.
It's on plotline, yeah.
Yeah, and so basically it was other astronauts bringing it in, a bunch of them. It was actually kind of how Rampage started.
Yeah, so there's yellow, which I believe is Toxin.
There's a purple one, we don't know what that one was.
Yeah, I mean, they reference a lot of them.
Yeah.
But, like, you only see Riot, which I don't even remember Riot.
I don't remember Riot.
So it might have just been an obscure one, or a new character, I don't know. But yeah, Riot and Venom, there's a yellow one, a purple one, and I didn't see a red one, but I mean...
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that,
We'll get to that.
So.
The thing I did not like is, when the movie first started, I was like, is this supposed to be in the future? Because whatever the heck that ship was, did not look realistic at all. I was like, is this Star Trek? Like,
it looked like Firefly.
Yeah, it looked like Firefly. I was like, so I literally was like, is this supposed to be a futuristic movie? And I was like, I don't think so.
No. I think it's kind of like, okay...
It was so weird.
The main villain guy is basically like our Tesla nowadays. And I think that's what he's this tech guru, pharmaceutical giant thing, and he's just on the cutting edge of...
But I was just it threw me off so much. I was like, wait, is this supposed to be in the future?
Yeah, it looked
I didn't
weird.
say anything new at the time, but I was very confused by the ship that was there.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then it explodes and goes, and it's like, Malaysia! And I was like, okay. You'll see. It looks... like Firefly, like super futuristic, not like anything we have right now.
Or if you're watching this, you probably already did see it.
Yeah.
Because most people don't like watching spoilers.
That's true.
But let us know if you agree below. In the comments and all that fun stuff. Yeah. Look at that.
Look at that.
And what ship do you think he looked like? So, his love interest in this, and that's a new character.
Yeah, she was new.
Because normally it's Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
Which...
she was blonde. She kind of looked like Gwen Stacy. She dressed a lot like her.
She had a hardcore Gwen Stacy vibe.
Yeah, she did.
Which I was like, wait, is this Gwen Stacy?
I think the only reason they probably didn't use Gwen Stacy is because she died.
Well, no, not in the new one. In the new one, it's the...
No. In the Sony one with Andrew Garfield, she's dead.
Yeah.
That's the last one from
true,
here. This is still Sony.
Yeah, because let's say in the Marvel one, she's still there.
Right, but it's a different, totally different Spider-Man.
But now they're trying to play nice.
Yeah, they are. They're being friends now, which is kind of cool. I like that.
It's
kind of cool how they...
What's it, Saperstein? What's her name?
Oh yeah, Mona Lisa Saperstein from Parks and Rec was in it.
Yeah.
It's probably the first time that she's played a really serious role other than her like Netflix show that she just produced. That actually kind of took me, though I will say some of those parts took me out of the movie as well, because she's sitting there calling him from her cell phone, apparently has stuff on her work computer, yet you're worried about this guy killing you and your family.
Yeah. Wait, you said something about that, like she's using her work laptop?
Yeah, because they were in her office on her computer like, oh, well, it looks like somebody is in trouble. Well, obviously they're pulling stuff up that's not on her computer.
I mean...
She wasn't very safe about the whole situation.
Well, I'm sure they just went back and went to the video feeds or something. I think they were just waiting for her.
I don't know, but I was just like, she is not being careful at all. The driving scene with the motorcycle and everything, that was pretty cool. It was really cool, and actually we kept turning to each other because all the different ways that they made Venom help him in different ways was so cool.
Yeah, exactly.
So cool.
I mean, like in the comics, mostly he's just, spiking people to death and stuff like that.
No, it was really cool. It was almost like he was really trying to save him. Though in the beginning, obviously, he was trying to save himself. But and I really liked his personality. He was like a smart aleck.
Yeah.
He was funny.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that being an alien that he like had this crazy, personality from the get-go. I guess. I mean, I know like he probably got it from bonding with him over time and stuff.
Well, they literally say, on my planet, I'm a loser.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of funny.
You are.
Well, the only thing I can think of is like, since he does have access to all those memories and brain and stuff like that, he could probably...
He's pulling from his personality?
Yeah, pulling from his personality, exactly.
Yeah. So, I'm going to talk about my favorite scene for a second. My favorite scene
we already talked about this.
Is when Tom Hardy, when he's just been taken over by Venom, goes to this restaurant because he has like, all the stuff on the bad guy. Goes to the restaurant and like bombards his ex-girlfriend and her boyfriend, and he acts like a crazy person. Like, he like eats the meat and he's like, that's dead. Did you know that's dead? And then he like sits in the lobster tank.
Yeah,
he just acts like so crazy, and it was so funny.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of the funniest scenes that they had.
I thought, he did a great job on that. And the cool thing though is it kind of just personifies that Venom has its own personality, and like you don't really get that in comics because I mean he has a personality, but not the fact that like the build up to it, things like Venom actually needs to eat. Yeah. Not like as we do, because he is a parasite. Yeah. And he hates that, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, he hates the word parasite. That was funny.
He's like, apologize.
Yeah, apologize to me now.
But yeah, so that's the thing. Like it's taking over someone's body. We are a host, and like you have to be a good match.
Or he'll eat you.
Yeah, or he'll eat you. He will literally consume your body. Like, you don't get that in Spider-Man 3. It's just like, oh, I got this cool black suit now. Yeah. And I'm all sassy and stuff.
Well, and it's also interesting because in comics, you don't, and in any of the movies, you don't get to see them interacting. Yeah. Like, because if you think about it, if there's a parasite inside of you, obviously not in real life, you're going to be talking to each other, and that's what they do. They like talk to each other, which you never get to see that before, which is really cool.
I thought it was
fun.
Like a schizophrenic person.
Yeah. No, that was the funniest part when he's walking down and he's talking to himself and everyone's staring at him.
Yeah, no, they did a good job. Like, people legit are staring at him while he's walking. They're like, what is this crazy person doing?
The scene in Malaysia where Riot first, like, actually, when he was eating the eel, it looked just like a pickle. I'm pretty sure it was just like a giant pickle.
A giant, long pickle.
Did you see it, though? Everything looked just like a pickle.
Eels are kind of green.
Oh, that was disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, because the whole point, I guess, in this one is that, like, the symbiotes can't bind to anyone. You have to be a match, which just makes sense.
I mean, makes sense. It's like a transplant. That's what they're saying,
And so I guess Riot is better at taking over people for at least a short amount of time because you will consume their body.
Right. Well, and most of them were dead. Like, the medic was dead.
Wasn't dead.
Yes, she was. Her leg came through her thing and she had blood all over her face. She was dead.
I don't think she was.
The car flipped over like 16 times.
Yeah, but you can't. No, that's the thing, because if you even said if the host dies, he dies. I don't think they were dead. And also, Venom can heal. It was healing him as well. So I think they were severely damaged, but also the fact that he was just a stronger personality and took over them completely.
Tom Hardy was dead when he got stabbed through the heart by a sword.
No, he wasn't dead.
He was dead. You don't get stabbed through the chest with the sword and not die.
People get stabbed through the chest all the time and don't die. And also, he got stabbed very quickly, and he was only there for like not even a minute. So I think they were just severely weakened, and that's the thing. Well, that's the whole point, because Riot like took over them completely.
Yeah,
Tom Hardy could at least fight back.
True, but like when she transferred from the medic to the old lady, the medic just died.
Well, yeah, because he probably ate her.
Oh, so it's like kind of like zombie.
Yeah.
But
I mean, and that's the thing. I think Riot didn't care about his host.
Of course he did.
Because he was
a bad guy.
Well, yeah, well, exactly. And he was hopping from host to host anyways because it wasn't a good match.
Yeah.
Whereas Venom was like, this is a really good match. I don't want you to die, you know. Because at first he was like, why would I? Because, I mean, Tom Hardy even said, like, well, if I die, you could just skip bodies. It's not a big deal. Mm-hmm. And he was like, no, like, you're a really good match. Mm-hmm. I don't want to just throw that away. And I think that's why he stuck with him for so long, because he could have ditched him whenever.
Yeah.
You know, but then again, there wouldn't be a movie, so whatever.
True.
And the bad guy had a huge god complex, like he's creating life.
He was great.
He did a great job.
And honestly, I barely recognized him. Yeah. Because, you know, that's Bodhi from Rogue One.
The bad guys actually believe in their cause and think that they're doing good.
They don't think they're doing anything wrong.
Yeah, no, they don't think.
And they're actually scarier.
Exactly. That's
than
what
someone who just wants to kill everybody.
Legit thought that like combining everybody with a freaking symbiote would be
a good idea.
Yeah, a good idea. Like what?
Well, that was like even the line where the purple one dies, and he's like how dare you let this person die, and he just killed like 17 humans that he was upset that they let the alien die.
He said this is a
waste.
A waste of what is it? Something creature or something special.
No, he said it's a higher being.
A higher being.
And he's like it's such a like
a waste
or whatever. And
but
he
wasn't
just
talking about the human. He was talking about the symbiote. Which is so crazy.
So he was a very realistic Hitler-esque villain.
He just got, and the fight scenes were pretty crazy. The CG, like, I mean, I was very skeptical about the CG. I'm so glad that it wasn't just like a black suit, because I would have just lost my shit.
Yeah.
So, but the fact that it was actually, even him morphing, like there's one scene where literally he takes over him completely, and then he like jumps into the ocean and like dolphin swims. I've always thought of Venom as an anti-hero, not necessarily just a bad guy. Which
he is an anti-hero.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's bad in a lot of stuff.
Well, some of the comics do he's just a bad guy. But like, if you think about it, he is an anti-hero. He's supposed to be an anti-hero. Yeah. Like, that's how Stanley originally wrote him.
Yeah.
He's like, Red Hood in the very beginning before he goes really bad.
Yeah.
You know, like, he's like Deadpool. He's like Punisher.
Yeah, he just has his own sense of justice. And it's really cool, though.
Well, he was started as a good guy, but then he's also jaded now.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, not Venom.
Well, I'm saying the main guy did, and Venom started as a bad guy, and now is like learning from a human.
And that's the cool thing. Yeah, their personalities kind of grow and match, and then like, you know, Venom's like learning, and Tom Hardy's kind of having to keep him in check. Like the scene, he was like, "We do not go around eating cops."
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, that was another thing we were saying, is that it was really cool. Like, you could hear Venom inside Tom Hardy's head, but you could also hear Tom Hardy whenever it was Venom.
Yeah, he would vocalize.
Which was really cool, because, again, that was really interesting for me, because you never get to do that in comics. I mean, it doesn't work the same. So, the fight scene with the cops was really cool.
Oh, yeah, because they're like, he's like, because he even said, like, you guys don't really want to do this.
Yeah, he's like, trust me.
That was like when they first started really working together.
You
know, so
the
like,
mask.
Yeah, the mask. They're like, yeah, the guys some masks. And then he was like, what did he say? Like, masks?
No, he said mask, and he said copy that.
Oh yeah, he was like mask me, and then copy that, and all of a sudden just hulks out basically.
Yeah,
which a lot of it did remind me of the Hulk as far as like his stature. And
except for instead of like the Hulk just like ripping out, he
enveloped.
Yeah, it was the way that
the mask comes over. Yeah,
it came over in that very first time was really cool with like Stefan or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Like that was
cool. And the cool thing too, like, it's smart also because as far as CG goes, like, not having to be skin tight to the character.
Mm-hmm. And he was much bigger than.
Yeah, he was way bigger. He was able to envelop him completely, and that's just easier for like CG purposes.
And he almost looked like werewolf stature with like the way that
he was kind of. I mean, but if you think about it, though, it makes sense because Tom Hardy's legs only goes up so high.
Yeah.
So in order to like actually envelop him,
do this,
they have to punch
but
him.
It definitely reminded me of the werewolf.
Like even in this though, it looks he's hunched. You know, that's the whole point. He's always just been this big hulking.
Yeah, he definitely reminded me of like the werewolves from like Harry Potter, because it's the same thing. It's their legs. Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't really like as far as CG went was when it
the other ones. The way that Venom transferred was good. It was the other robots.
The Venom transferring full body was fine. It's when they get up on the chest and it's on.
But that was a different alien.
Oh no, because it was so weird. Because when he was on him, there was like
he just like disappeared.
Yeah, there was like wet stains around the symbiote, but then whenever he went into the body, it would just disappear. And for me, it's like there was some water or something. You know, it was just like
as a costumer, it could just go.
Yeah, just looked like he just disappeared. The tracking into veins is going to be a lot more specific because you have points that you can track and actually get into. Things where it's like the clothes, if they didn't plan ahead for that kind of stuff and they still need to be absorbed and there's no skin showing, then you're dealing with the sweater and all the other stuff. So it's really hard to kind of deal with that. When you see the symbiote coming out of the case for the first time, it does do that. Like it has the tendrils.
Fingers,
it has like little tendril spikes things coming out, which is super cool.
Yeah, that's cool. And inside the thing, it's like.
Yeah, exactly. I love the tanks. Those are super cool.
Those were cool.
The one thing that kind of annoyed me, I'm not gonna lie, was the drones. The little why would you have kamikaze drones that then blow up massive blue fireballs?
Yeah. And also they were so small. And they were hitting nothing, and they were just exploding. So it was like, I was like, so is someone literally sitting in the car, like, exploding them, or are they just randomly exploding on their own? That was kind of weird.
And it's just kind of weird, because I mean...
And it was blue fireballs.
Exactly. Like I get he's like this tech guru and pharmaceuticals and stuff, but, like, if you have drones, why are they kamikaze drones? And then also, if they're supposed to be tiny, discrete drones, why are they making massive...
They were huge.
Yeah, I mean, the drones were, like, this big.
And they were, like, bzzz.
Yeah, and then they would, like, blow up an SUV and into the engulfing flame. So that kind of... I mean, I get it, it's for cinematic value, but like for me it would have been better if they were just like exploding normally, or like why aren't they shooting nets or something, like why are they trying to kill him?
My favorite like secondary character was the little Asian lady in the bodega.
Which one?
His friend.
She
was so funny. Like she was just so chill about everything. It was so funny. She was probably my favorite secondary character.
That was I like those scenes. It was really good. Which is kind of funny because in the very beginning, basically it's like this. She runs like this little Asian supermarket and he's buying food and stuff there, and she gets not robbed, but she's supposed to pay.
It's the mafia.
Yeah, the mafia. And, she has to
mafia.
pay protection money and stuff. Like I thought he was gonna do something, but that actually that sets up the point that like he's a good guy, but he's not going to go out of his way to like...
Especially at that point in time, he was pretty low. He was pretty close to hitting rock bottom at that point in time.
Because he had no powers, he was nothing else. I mean, he saw exactly what was going on.
Well, he not only didn't have powers, it's not like... I don't sit around moping because I don't have powers. Actually, I do, kind of. Sometimes I wish I had powers. It was the fact that, like, he lost everything, and then he was just a shitty... guy after that, he made but he was also super egotistical. That's why most of the people in comic books lose their stuff is because they're.
Do you think it's egotistical? I mean, he could have taken an L for the team. I get that,
he could have, but it was hubris.
Yeah, because I mean, you wanted.
He was too prideful to be like, no, I'll just do this and like leave this person alone. And I get it. But he didn't have any evidence. He didn't even know what he was talking about at the time.
He was just spitballing. That's true. He made bad decisions.
You can't be a journalist and be like, oh, I have a hunch.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing if he was like really trying to make, headway and fight for a cause and stuff like that. But I think he was just...
He didn't like the guy.
He didn't like the guy, and he also wanted to kind of like make a scene and kind of... I think it was for his career, I feel like.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, I need to fix this and find the problem. No, it was more like...
At the time,
I just want to poke the bear. And he really likes tater tots and chocolate. He wanted a night in with his frozen tater tots and chocolate. Apparently.
Frozen tater tots. That was pretty funny considering how many tater tots we eat.
Well, and the cool thing is too, like I did like that it wasn't like a suit with like the spider on it. I mean, I'm sure they might tailor it next time for the movie.
I mean, it had the symbol, but it was his body.
It was like his veins and stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
To look like.
And I really liked how his veins were kind of silver.
Yeah,
that was cool. Like it almost looks like he had silver blood. You know, like. But I did really like the parts where they pulled them apart from each other. I thought that was really done really well. Yeah,
and it did stay true to the comics with like, they didn't do a bell tower, but they did like an airplane flying by and stuff like that the 4,000 to 6,000 hertz range or whatever. They just made them like they did
MRIs apparently are that hurt. If you ever get infected by a symbiote, go into an MRI.
There you go.
Because it will stop them.
Yeah.
Stay until after the main credits.
Yeah.
Because there is an actual, on top of the other Spideyverse one. Before that, there is one that has to do with. So.
I don't know if you can see that or not. We're not just pointing at my armpit, but it's just saying it's a red guy and
it looks creepy.
Yeah.
End credit is very, very cool. It obviously shows that there's going to be a new character. That there's going to be another one. Obviously, he's still Venom at the end. I mean, that's pretty well known. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of really cool parts. Like I said, there was a couple issues with a couple things, but that's really in any of those huge movies. Like, you can't please everybody.
So 1 to 10, what would you give it?
Homecoming was phenomenal. And I really think that Venom is, like, up to the task of, like, keeping up with the new Spider-Man stuff.
I think so.
I really liked it.
Yeah, so I think overall I would give it a 7 out of 10. There's a lot of things that they did really well. There's little things that rubbed me the wrong way that I think they can improve on, mostly some of the CG stuff. I mean, the overall plot, story, acting, all that stuff was really, really good. And I enjoyed it. And I would say watch it. And we watched it in IMAX.
Yes.
At Cinemark.
If you get a chance to do that because the fight scenes just look so cool.
Bigger is better.
We did see it in IMAX. Mm-hmm. We want to go back and watch it on a smaller screen now because it was just so much going on that
there's a lot going on.
Is really overwhelming in some of the fight scenes. So,
there's a lot of moving parts.
It's a lot of stuff going on. I'm impressed. I mean, I was really impressed.
Yeah.
So I say go watch it. I mean, Venom is our favorite character. We like that character so much, and we still thought that it did so well. So
I like it. I like the suit. I like the everything.
Yeah.
Go watch it.
Go watch it. So you can like or subscribe. Thanks for watching our video. We'll probably do more. I feel like a lot of these nerdy videos we really like talking about for 500 hours. So
literally.
So we'll do some more of these. But
what movie do you want us to watch and review?
Yeah. Let us know. It doesn't have to be a new one. Like we could review old ones too, especially ones I haven't seen.
Yeah. Like okay, so she hasn't seen Unbreakable
or Split.
Or Split.
Oh, go watch Venom. Leave us some comments. Thank you for watching. Cheers!
That's a little rough.
Oh, God.
Buzzballs, chillers.
Come back. Okay.
I just midget find myself.
You did. You want me to sit there instead?
No, it's fine. Hold on a second. I'll make sure that I'm recording.
That's how much he felt about it. He was walking away.
Yep.
You don't go on to your fiance's computer and throw her under the bus, and she lived with them.
Yeah, that's true.
There's literally no way you can protect her at that point in time.
Yeah, that's true. Spider. Shake it.
I was singing "Shake It Off," Taylor Swift song.
Yeah.
You know, since she's in town.
It's true.
Show her some love for her Christmas tree farm.
Eddie Monster.
Yeah, that would be cool. Or just like create alcohol out of thin air.
Oh yeah.
That would be really cool.
Wine from air. That's
Yeah.
better than Jesus. I think, so.
Yeah, he even needed water.
He needed water. Man, upgraded.
I'm telling you.
Brought to you by. No, I'm just kidding. Oh.
Good.
All that.
Cool.
That was the worst time ever. Literally.
I was trying to do it without lifting my arm off the counter.
Good job.